All right. Oh, hi everyone. I'm Ava Boehning. I'm going to be a rising junior this year, and this is my first. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have the hiccups, so just totally don't think about it. Anyways, this is my first internship that I'm doing here at UMSL, and I did my internship through DFAC swimming this summer. So DFAC swimming, it's based in DeForest, Wisconsin, where I'm from. It's the first competitive team I swam for, so it's a very home base area for me. But it's very community based. Swimmers and students from towns like Wanakee, some prairie surrounding towns come and swim for us as well, not just DeForest kids. We're a year-round competitive swim team, so we have the fall, summer, spring, and winter seasons. And then we have swimmers of all ages and abilities, and we have been open for 32 plus years. And we also give a good, nurturing, and fun environment for all. And then, kind of more into the details with the team, we have four training groups. I coached all four training groups. Ages range from like 5 to I think our oldest is 14 now. And so, yeah, my roles and duties. So, my main role was obviously being a coach. I worked with kids all ages and abilities, which was very interesting to see which kids I like to work with more than the others. I also attended meets. I coached at meets, so I had to keep track of times and splits and how the kids would do during the meets, and then they'd come back to me for advice on what to do next for their next races. I had to work with a lot of different types of personalities, some that were harder to deal with than others. That was very much a learning curve. But the people that I met and the kids I coached were literally all great. I loved them all. I also had to deal with serious situations that came about and handle bullying. There was multiple times we had to kick one kid off the team for instances of bullying, because we always want to keep that healthy environment. This picture is from our McFarland meet. This is the second meet I coached at. And yeah, do I have it on that one? No, that's just the team logo. But yeah, that was the first meet I coached at. I'm right in the back row. And yeah. So my goals for the my internship were my bonds with the kids, the experience, relationships kind of goes back with bonds with my kids, network, patience, and passion. So basically for like the bonds and relationships, I always want to make sure that I have a good bond with my kids. Growing up, if you don't have a good bond with your coach, you're not gonna like going to practice. And that was always a big thing for me. I hated one of my coaches and I just couldn't go to practice anymore. And so I always made sure that if my kids liked me, I knew they would show up. And for instance, with this one girl, she hated coming to practice. And then I started coaching and she loved me. So she was there every day. Even though she came about 15 minutes late every day, she was still there, which was great. Her attendance shot up super high, which I was so proud of her. But anyways, and then getting the experience. So for right now, I kind of am leaning towards coaching for college when I get older. I'm not 100% for sure, but yeah, I just wanted to get that experience in there to build up my resume. And yeah, and then network. I met a lot of great parents and people that work for the team, which was nice. I got to network with one of the president of the team. I love her. She was so great to work with. And then another thing was to work on my patience. I hate to say it, but my patience is not the best with kids, but I think I grew a lot during this internship because there's so many different personalities that you work with and you have to learn how to deal with those situations as they come about. And I feel like it got a lot better, honestly, thank goodness, because some moments I was gonna lose it, but I was able to hold it together and kind of deal with things one step at a time. So yeah, and then passion, I wanted to make sure I had a passion for it. Really find out what I was passionate about, which age groups I was passionate about, which levels, so things like that. And then did I achieve my goals? I kind of basically stated those in my last slide. But my bonds and relationships, I definitely think I met and exceeded. Um, my experience, I literally loved it. I am doing it again this fall. I'll be coaching for the team down in St. Louis, just for like a side job, which I'm really excited about. And then network, obviously, I did create a huge bond with the president. Patience definitely got better. Thankful for that. And then passion. I really have a passion. I love working with these kids. I want to make them better and achieve their goals. Not only my goals, but their goals was a really big thing for me. What did I learn? Everybody is different. Everybody has a different personality. Everyone has a different way of learning. Everyone is at a different speed in life. Like you never really know what these kids are coming in from. So yeah, that was a lot to learn. Not everyone learns at the same speed, kind of like what I just said. Everyone's at a different pace in life. It takes a lot of patience. A lot of my kids took a lot of patience. A lot of them with big personalities, but some days I just love them to death, and some days I'm just like, oh, but they're great kids. I couldn't ask for any better kids. Creating bonds with the swimmer is literally the best thing you could possibly do. If the kids don't like you, they're not going to talk to you, they're not going to respect you. Um, so that was great, having that respect for my kids. And then creating bonds with the fellow coaches. All of my fellow coaches, they were either my coach when I was little or I swam with them. So it was kind of cool to keep those relationships going. Um, and then how to be a better coach. One thing I really noticed was one of the coaches that I coached with this summer. She was always on her phone, always distracted, never talking to the kids, never trying to keep that relationship with the kids, and she wasn't respected. A lot of the kids didn't like her, and so I kind of was able to not work off of her, but see how kids reacted to her behavior and kind of bounce off and see where I can fix my own problems. But yeah, I think I've skipped a few photos. Yeah. So this is Lucia. I don't know if I can say names. Anyways, this is Lucia and Adriana. They were in my sailfish group, which is the second level. They're great kids. I literally loved working with them. I'm gonna miss them dearly. And then this was the regional meet. This is the meet where they can qualify for state. This meet was great for the experience. I worked 2 12-hour shifts back to back. It was crazy. It was hectic. So many kids coming up to you, bombarding you with questions. It was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. Um, and then this is one, as you can see, Coach Nick is kind of in the background of that photo. But this is from when we taught them how to open swim. That was an experience. Not only are we allowed to swim at meets, we are also able to perform at open water competitions where there are no lane lines, nothing like that. You're literally just free swimming for a distance and a time. So we were teaching them how to work around the buoys. So that was a lot of fun. All right, some of my biggest takeaways, like I said before, my relationships. I literally love my kids. Um, I know when I come back next summer, if I do come back, I can go back and see how they've all progressed and come along. Um, One thing that I kind of took away as I had my last day with one of my kids, he came up to me and he said, Coach Ava, you're the best coach we've ever had. You really care. You really put time into what we're doing. You always make sure you're correcting us, and I really respect you for it. And I was like all choked up. I was about to cry, but this is why I do it. I love my kids. Um, and then patience, obviously, it takes a lot of patience with kids anywhere ranging from 5 to 14. Their emotional maturity, development, everything is not where you're at physically. So it's hard to go back into that time where you were in high school, middle school. You're like, oh my gosh, it's just a whirlwind. Um, and it takes a lot of work to be a coach. It doesn't seem like it, but it really does. It's really mentally draining sometimes. Even just writing sets and literally just coaching them, standing there, taking their times, correcting them. It's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it in the end to see them succeed at the meets and see how much time they cut. And it's just really exciting. I get excited for them. So that was a lot of fun. Also, this picture is from my performance group. So our senior group is the oldest group in the team. They had 2100s they had to swim one night, and they're all on 2 minutes. They actually did surprisingly really well. I was really proud of them. Most of them held really low times. So yeah, that was great. And then my growth in my sport management career. This internship really helped me figure out if I actually want to pursue this when I get older. So I'm really excited about that. And also kind of just prepared me for what my future could look like. Um, But yeah. And then this picture is from the first meet I coached. I'm in the back, right, kinda. You might not be able to tell. I don't know. I hope I don't look like a swimmer, but I might. One of my swimmers said I looked like a swimmer, which is really sad because I wish I didn't look 14, but apparently I do. Anyways, but this is the first meet I coached. This is our home meet. All of our swimmers have to swim this meet unless there's like an actual reason they can't be there. Yeah, it was a lot of good experience. I worked with all the youngest kids, so I got bombarded 24/7 with a million different questions. Can you bring me up to staging? When do I go up? What should I do? All this stuff. What am I swimming? Kids would ask me what I'm swimming. Like, oh my gosh. It's so much, but it's so fun. And then what would you tell your younger self? Keep those connections that you had when you were younger. Literally keep those because it's going to be worth it in the long run. I obviously had those connections from when I was little. Um, I don't think anybody in this picture I work with now. I don't think so. But I'm in the second row, second from the right. Um, but yeah, this is obviously a picture from when I was little on this team. It's completely changed, completely different. But honestly, just keep going, keep pursuing what you literally love. The one thing in life that I've always loved was swimming, and I know that that's not gonna change. So yeah. And then invite advice for incoming and current students. Do something that you know you'll like to do and are passionate about and start there. I didn't know what direction to go in this. I was kind of scatterbrained when I first started this major, and I kind of started with what I was passionate about. So obviously swimming, I love swimming. So I wanted to start there and see if I liked that. And if I didn't like that, then I can broaden out, build my resume with something that I'm comfortable with. But honestly, you never know where anything can take you, where new possible job opportunities or internships. You literally just need to broaden your horizons. So yeah, don't take things for granted. That too. And then advice about our program and courses, literally take advantage of the opportunities Dr. B gives us. She gives us so many different opportunities. As an athlete that literally has a season from August to March, I have all of my time is like focused on swimming and I don't have a lot of time to go do stuff. But when I can, I'm so glad I can do it because I can build it onto my resume and it looks really good. So honestly, try and go do literally everything just to see what you like and what you don't like. That kind of goes with always say yes. Literally always say yes to those opportunities that Dr. B gives you. And then if you're struggling with something, you can always talk to Dr. B. She's so open. She's literally the best. Go talk to Dr. B. Shout out Dr. B. Um, and then even though the 8 a.m. stink, they're worth it and you learn a lot from those classes. Personally, I hate 8 a.m.s, even though I have practice right before it. It's still a struggle to stay awake and it sucks in the moment, but it's totally worth it. It's your basic classes that you need to take anyways. You're gonna have to take them. But literally attend those classes. The information you're getting is worth it. You need to go to those classes, like please do. Um, and then take classes you think you wouldn't be interested in. It might surprise you how interesting they are. This past semester, I did a kind of a debate class with her, and I didn't think I'd like it at all. Like in high school, I hated debate topics when we had them for history. Like I just couldn't do it. Um, but then I took it with Dr. B and it was literally so fun. I loved every minute of it. Just finding the research was so fun and then kind of going back and forth with your classmates. And it's nice too because our classes, you get used to the people that you're in because our degree isn't very big. So there's a lot of the same people in every class that you have, which is really nice. It's kind of comforting. But yeah. And then do as much as you possibly can. Obviously, build your resume. I feel like I missed a photo. This is just one practice, nothing special. And then conclusion. I literally loved my internship. I would go back in a minute. Every kid keeps asking me, "Are you coming back next summer?" And I just keep saying, "I don't know yet. I don't know yet," because I really don't know yet, but I don't think I am. Um, it was such a great opportunity to experience that and to build those relationships with those kids. I would do it again in a heartbeat if I could. I wish I went to school up here so I could do it, but I obviously don't. I go to Missouri. So, yeah, no, I loved every second of it. But yeah, so, okay. I don't know how to stop this. And okay, got it. Bye, guys.